Hello, I hope you're doing great. I'm sorry for not being able to upload the video last week. I has been a little bit busy, but here is the video. I'm gonna be considering the other class has done, so don't worry about it. Today we're gonna be checking how parents and caring adults can support adolescents. Last week or the previous class, we are talking about some of the things that they are actually carrying, some of the situations that they are dealing with. I know that we have been passed through adolescence or from teenage, but in this moment we had to be a little bit more comprehensive with them, supportive, of course. So, some of you, I know that you're parents right now and you are taking care of your children, and that eventually are going to become into adolescence. So, here are some ways that you, as parents, or the parents, if you are in charge of a group of parents, I'm sorry, can support adolescents through these physical changes. Okay, let's go with the next one. That is going to be just give me a second because I think I'm having some problems because I have two screens. Okay, here it is. First, we have to let the adolescents know that what they are going through is normal. Um, According with the definition of normal development, covers a wide range. Sorry, even older adolescents and sometimes their parents are concerned with fitting in. It reminds teens that despite the concerns, their personal development path is okay. So I know that sometimes they think it's the end of the world, but it's important for you as teachers and as parents to let them know that these kind of things are going to be normal. They're going to be passing to different kind of things, but the most important thing is encourage and support. Okay, so it's important to talk with them. Even if you are working with students, it's important to let them know that if you can see them that they are a little bit down, it's important for you and for them to hear that that is going to be normal, and at some point everything is going to be much better. Sorry, I don't know what happened to me. Next one is going to be encourage adolescents to have positive view of their bodies. In this moment of life, there is something that is called body shaming, but this is not going to be part of the topic because that is going to be for another kind of situations. um Beyond these kind of things, of course, it's important to understand that the bodies are going to be changing from person to person. Parents and caring adults can help adults and appreciate their own bodies and the development experiences. All of them are going to be happening through different changes. Of course, we were talking about a little bit about what was happening with the body of the girls, and at the same time with the boys, that they are having physical changes. So it's important for you. So maybe acne is appearing on their faces, or maybe they're gonna be having facial hair. Okay, so this is going to be normal. So it's important to demonstrate that it's important to appreciate these kind of changes because they are not going to be like they are not even in a near future. So it's a big important part of the adolescent in this case. Another one is going to be get active with adolescents. As with healthy eating, parents and caring adults can model physical activity. I don't know if you do exercise very often. Normally I do, but I don't have any children. But I think that when I have a children, uh, I'm gonna be able to share with them this kind of experiences. It's important for me the exercise because you have a good uh, blood pressure, and all these kind of things are going to be good for them. The sedentarism is not something that I really share, so I'm sorry. It's important to avoid to they become coach potatoes. Coach potatoes is going to be what we know in Spanish as holgazán or unos huevones, in other words. So if Abel's parents can go on for walks or bike rides with their adolescent or just toss around the ball, that is going to be okay. Um, we're going to be checking another important thing that is going to be the cognitive development. Right here, we can see an image, but we already seen about what happened during the 2 years to the 7 years in the previous class. In this one, we're gonna be checking what is going to be happening during this time. Okay. Um, of course, talking about the cognitive development. I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. Cognitive development refers to the changes in the brain that prepare people to think and learn. Just in early childhood, brains in adolescence undergo a lot of growth and development. These changes, will reinforce adolescents' abilities to make and carry out decisions that will help them thrive um, and in the future. Okay. And in this part, it's important to understand that there are going to be some changes, some way to think, some abilities to solve situations related even with the language. Of course, they are going to be having the growing in new brain cells. So adolescence is one of the few times in which the brain produces a large number of cells that are very fast rate. In fact, the brain creates many more cells than will be needed. The extra brain cells give adolescents more places to store information, which helps them to learn new skills. I remember that this is something very common, that it's more common and it's easier for adolescents to learn, for example, English than for an adult, because at that time they are adapting to everything. So if you encourage them to speak English in a very good way with a very good pronunciation, they as well going to be able to speak English in a very good and a very fluent way. So in this stage, sorry, it's going to be very common that they're going to be having new vocabulary, new kind of ideas. They're going to be trying to solve different situations, not not exactly related with education or stuff like that, but it's going to be important, right? This is going to be some of the things that are going to be happening to the adolescents. Another important thing is going to be to pruning some of the extra growth. Pruning, sorry, is going to be polar. Okay, the disadvantage of having extra brain cells is that they also have decreased brain efficiency. As adolescents go to school, live and work, the brain trims down. The extra growth based on the part of the brain the adolescent actively uses. This pruning process creates the brain structure that enables adolescents to easily access the information they use most. So, for example, if in that moment they are really into sports, that is very common in boys, maybe they're going to be very into sports. Maybe they're going to be consuming everything related with sport, watching, I don't know, soccer, baseball, basketball, etc. It's going to be more common for them to understand soccer terms, that if they are not remembering what they saw in the geography class. Okay, so in the future, this is what happened. I don't know if this happened to you when you do the mathematical divisions with point. I have no idea how to do them right now because I'm not into in that part. I can remember how to do the fractions, I think. Los quebrados, it was the name. I can remember how to do them, and it's something very normal because I that information has been pruned. Okay, so it's going to be very common in this part, of adolescents and children, and this is going to be up to you if you have children. How are you going to encourage them to continue with that path or not? And the other one is going to be strengthening connections. So the connection between brain cells are enable the information stored in the brain to be used in daily life. The brain's strengths. Um, Strengthen these connections by wrapping special fatty issues around the cells to protect and insulate them. These changes help adolescents recall information and use it efficiently. It's like when you're using a computer and you are able to understand how to use the mouse and the keyboard, but in the future, maybe if you don't continue using it, maybe you're not going to be practicing enough to encourage these kind of skills. It's very common that, for example, children use the computer in this moment, or they use, well, not a computer, they're actually in this moment using tablets or cell phones. So these kind of connections in the brain are going to be strengthening. Why? Because they are actually doing this constantly, and with that constantly, it's going to be normal for them. Normal for them. It's part of the things that we are living in this moment of the life, because it's part of the daily situations. Okay. So having said this, we are gonna be having the homework. Last week, last class, we did an infographic. We are going to be doing the same thing, but with this term, they're going to be researching what is abstract thinking, advanced reasoning, metacognition, and innate learning. Okay, you're going to be doing an infographic. If you can remember what is an infographic, just let me show you image. Here it is. This is the image about an infographic. Okay, so drawing in your notebook, send it to me, and I will check it as soon as possible. If you have it now, any doubt, just let me know it, and I'm gonna be happy to answer it and to solve it. Have a nice one.